Not the way I like to start the day, but now I'm back at it. Get it? You've heard of Hump Day? Well, today is Monument Day. Our first monument is Golden Spike Monument. The Union Pacific Railroad is a big part of Council Bluffs community, and part of the local history includes the movie Union Pacific, directed by Cecil B. DeMille, that premiered in Oklahoma in 1939. Council Bluffs erected a 56-foot tall railroad spike for the movie premiere. The golden spike is 100 times the standard normal spike. Next on our monument list is the Lincoln Monument Park. 3 years after Lincoln was elected president, he signed an executive order that officially designated Council Bluffs as the eastern terminal for the rail line linking east and west. The first transcontinental railroad was completed in 1869, fulfilling Lincoln's vision and forever transforming North America and shaping U.S. history into the 20th century and beyond. In 1911, this stone obelisk was erected on the spot where Lincoln had stood, looking west across the Missouri Valley and dreaming of a transcontinental railroad. Moving on, we find ourselves at the Lewis and Clark Monument Park. Lewis and Clark gathered atop this bluff more than 200 years ago as they set out to explore the newly purchased Louisiana Territory. Lewis and Clark held noteworthy meetings with the Oti and Missouri Indians here at Council Bluff. Can you see our own Lewis and Clark in the picture? Now we're visiting the Kinsman Monument. This is a Civil War memorial built in honor of Colonel William Kinsman, commanding officer of the 23rd Iowa Volunteer Infantry Regiment and veterans of the Civil War. 4 Civil War cannons surround the monument. Colonel Kinsman, a former resident of Council Bluff, was mortally wounded leading a charge of men. Kinsman and 18 others from his regiment were interred on the battlefield. His remains were brought back to Council Bluff and laid to rest. Now we're at the Monument of Labor. This monument represents the dignity, determination, and dedication of the American workforce. A quote by the sculptor Matthew Plestet. This stands as a testament to the hard-working men and women, the working class people. It is a 30-foot tall display of strength along the Mississippi River at Lewis and Clark Landing. It consists of 5 8-foot tall bronze statues of laborers working at large ladles taken from an old refinery in Omaha. Water spills out of the large ladles representing molten steel. The sculptures are very detailed. You can almost feel their determination and effort in their labor. Now let's move to Pioneer Courage Park. The gateway into Omaha's central business district is transformed into the gateway to the west with a one-of-a-kind homage to the people who settled this great land. Pioneer Courage Park is a tribute to pioneers' courage, determination, and spirit as they head into the unknown with little more than their dreams and aspirations. Most people walked along the route to settle the West, with wagons hauling supplies and equipment. Women walked alongside children. Families traveling west didn't bring a lot of personal properties with them. There wasn't room on the migration for such things. Walking alongside these exquisitely detailed sculptures allows you to envision what life may have been like during the mid-1800s as families uprooted themselves for an opportunity at a new life in a new place on a journey unlike any other. These sculptures tell a story of a wagon train that is traveling across the area. If you're coming this way, set aside some time to visit and imagine the excitement, anticipation, anxiety, wonder, and nervousness these pioneers must have experienced. Okay, enough for monuments for now. We also took in some sights. Meet Bob. Bob the Bridge. Yeah, I know. I didn't know you named bridges. Bob is actually a pedestrian bridge suspended in the air over the Missouri River by mere cables and 2 really tall towers. And Bob is the first walking bridge to connect 2 states. If you stand in just the right spot, you can be in 2 places at the same time. Other than the state of confusion, we weren't always sure which state we were in. Was it Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas? Anyway, take a picture of you and your friends standing in 2 states at once, and you are bobbing. It's a thing, trust me. Well, like most well-known bridges in children's stories, Bob has a troll. Omar the troll. You can almost hear him saying, "Who's that walking on my bridge?" But Omar is a friendly troll. He actually became Bob's true blue friend. When you meet Omar in person at the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge in Omaha, Nebraska, be sure to take a picture. On another occasion, we visited Mahoney State Park, had a nice lunch at the Peter Kiewit Lodge. Yes, in this state park, there is really a lot of things to do. You'll need to pay a park entry fee, but it's well worth it. Then we went to see a melodrama at the Kunze Memorial Theater. Yes, it's in the park too. The melodrama was called Gary Potter, a nod to Harry Potter. Audience participation is encouraged, and the actors are very good at hamming it up and going off script with the audience. Very entertaining and funny. That little guy, Porkchop, did a fine job ad-libbing. He was so cute. Don't forget the popcorn for the tossing. I did say audience participation, right? A definite must-see if you are in the area. Now we're off to Lawrenson Gardens, Omaha's Botanical Gardens. Most of you know I could go on all day about flowers and herbs. We visited between spring and summer showcases, but still saw many beautiful flowers. So here are a few quick favorite highlights. In no particular order, let's begin with the Lithuanian Sculpture Garden. This grove of Lithuanian folk wooden sculptures features a variety of pieces carved by a diverse group of folk artists and wood carvers from Lithuania. Called Sol's Takas, or Path to the Sun, it is the very first kind in North America and is a reflection of a unique culture and history of Omaha's sister city of Šiauliai, Lithuania. The Rose Garden. This beautiful garden contains nearly 2,000 hybrid Floribunda, climbing and shrub roses. We were fortunate to arrive at the Rose Garden at its peak season. An Amaryllis sphere sundial adorns the center of the Rose Garden. Now, let's move on to the Model Railroad Garden, probably my favorite there. It is located on a hillside just north of the Rose Garden. G-scale model trains run through the garden. It surrounds visitors with a bright botanical world that features the activity of model trains continually traveling by buildings that are constructed of natural materials such as leaves, twigs, barks, berries, pine cones, gourds, and cinnamon sticks. These include stunning reproductions of recognizable buildings and landmarks seen in and around Omaha. It was a lot of fun to watch. Right beside the gardens is Kennefic Park, home to 2 of the greatest locomotives ever to power Union Pacific Railroad. Centennial number 6900 is the largest and most powerful diesel-electric locomotive ever built, and Pacific Big Boy number 4023 is the world's largest steam locomotive. It was impressive to view these magnificent, mighty behemoths' engines up close. These Centennial locomotives were built in 1969 when Union Pacific was celebrating the 100th anniversary of driving the Golden Spike to complete the nation's first transcontinental railroad. Not the Golden Spike that we started this video with. Ending our day with a little Mexican dinner, Tommy got a taco. Quite a taco. Hey, maybe trains were our theme this week. No matter if it was trains, flowers, or monuments, remember, enjoy the journey, be kind, and share a smile.